Welcome back to another gameplay commentary. Today, we're diving into a new racing management sim that's currently in early access. Now, right off the bat, this game feels like a stripped-back version of Grand Prix World, but with even less intuitive UI at this stage. It's better than Motorsport Manager, though, and since it's still early access, we'll cut it some slack. After around 20 seasons in one save, I can tell you that this game leans heavily into team management rather than race management. And honestly, that's a massive improvement compared to the 10-season cap in GPW. Over the 20 seasons, I've seen some wild events, like teams being bought out by engine manufacturers, which ruined my works engine deals. But that added a layer of challenge and unpredictability. Now, here's something interesting. Maintaining dominance is near impossible. My longest streak? 3 drivers' championships and maybe 4 constructors. There are so many regulation changes and performance shifts that it keeps things fresh. Also, unlike GPW, you're not stuck with poor chief designers holding you back. And even if you mess up big time, like, say, forgetting to develop next year's car, you won't be completely doomed. You'll start the next season with a low-level chassis, and it'll be up to you to fix the problems from there. A nice safety net. Cash management is a bit trickier here than in GPW, though. Winning championships will give you enough funds to do whatever you want, but just barely. However, what's still missing is the R&D for engines, tires, and fuel. The game's budgeting system is clearly designed with future updates in mind. Between race weekends, there's not a ton to do, mostly repairing cars and testing setups. If you try this in season, it can be a nightmare keeping your cars repaired. I've been there after 15 to 20 seasons. One divisive feature is the point system. You can't save points for later like you could in OWM2, which is a bit frustrating. But you can stack production points to repair cars and swap suppliers, which adds a bit of strategy to the mix. Preseason testing is where things get weird. You can stack points by doing nothing for the first 3 months of the year and then cram all your work into a few days. A bit unrealistic, but hey, it's a game. Something I miss from GPW is the deep R&D system for engines, fuel, and tires. The game starts in 1996, but all that goodness is gone here. You can still negotiate deals for hydraulics, suspension, and brakes, but unlike GPW, you can't influence their performance or reliability. The negotiation system helps, but it's not quite the same as fighting for those elusive engine or sponsor deals. It's early access, so expect some gaps in the game. For example, prize money isn't fully explained. I know the championship winner gets $45 million, but what about everyone else? I've seen prize money in my balance without finishing first, but it's not clear how that works. There's also some inconsistency in the finance screens. One uses weekly metrics, the other annualized, which makes it hard to gauge your financial outlook without doing some manual calculations. Facility development is another unclear area. You can build a wind tunnel or a test track, but the benefits aren't explained until after the fact. It's almost like we're the beta testers here, which, well, we are. But to be honest, none of this is a deal breaker. The game is on the right track, even if it's not as polished as GPW yet. If there's one thing that really needs work, it's the localization and language. Some of the wording is off, like holding position for defending, and news headlines that feel like they've been translated by someone whose English isn't quite there. It's easy to fix, but for now, it adds a bit of unintentional humor to the game. All in all, if you're more into racing team management than race engineering, this is your game. Gameplay-wise, it's not quite GPW, but with a few more updates and some mod support, I can see it getting there. After waiting 25 years for a successor to GPW, this one is looking promising. Keep an eye on it.
Krombacher is out of the race. What a disappointment.